Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. I'm Fredicia Liebert. St. Kitts and Nevis recorded 2 additional cases of COVID-19 on Tuesday, April 14th, 2020. This brings the total number of confirmed cases to 14. That is according to Minister of State with Responsibility for Health, the Honorable Wendy Phipps.
The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis would have received the results of 12 tests that would have been sent to CARPHA, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, and those samples would have been sent off on the 13th, which is yesterday. These are from 12 persons of contacts who had already been placed in quarantine when their contacts received the confirmation of their test results. The results were received today in very quick time. And of the 12 tests, 10 were negative and 2 were positive. These persons who tested positive were already in quarantine and will remain in isolation as per our protocol that has been in place from the very beginning.
Minister Phipps went into further detail of the 2 confirmed cases.
These 2 cases reside on St. Kitts, and of these 2 cases, one was a close contact of a positive case and was already in quarantine, as stated earlier. The second, however, is a family member of a suspected case already in quarantine. And these 2 cases, of course, represent local spread of the virus within that household. We continue with our vigorous contact tracing and quarantine and isolation procedures in order to keep the virus under control. And we continue to stress the importance of personal responsibility in our efforts to control the disease. We are thankful, however, that to date, all of our positive cases are doing well and recovering, and that we have had no hospital admissions or deaths with regards to COVID-19.
According to Minister Phipps, a total of 234 persons have been tested. She then gave an updated breakdown of the distribution of the 14 cases.
10 of these cases are in St. Kitts and 4 are on Nevis. A total of 187 confirmed negatives have been received, and we have some 33 results that are still pending. There are 29 persons quarantined in a government facility, while 111 are quarantined at home. 14 persons remain in isolation, and obviously these are the 14 cases that have tested positive. And to date, some 552 persons would have been released from quarantine.
The Federal Ministry of Health again reminds our citizens and residents of our individual and collective responsibility to stop the spread of COVID-19 in our nation by following the advice of the public health authorities regarding infection and prevention control (IPC). There should be strict observance of quarantine and isolation regulations by remaining A, at home if you are placed on home self-quarantine, or B, in the place of isolation for the entire duration of the period. Notice has been given for an emergency sitting of the National Assembly to be held at the National Assembly Chambers, Government Headquarters, Bastille, on Friday, April 17, 2020, beginning at 10 a.m. The National Assembly will be carried live on ZIZ Radio 96 FM and the participating radio stations. It can also be viewed live on TV Channel 98 in Nevis and Channel 5 in St. Kitts. It will also be streamed live at www.zizonline.com. Despite limited data at present, there is no evidence that pregnant women are at higher risk of severe illness from COVID-19 than the general population, says Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws during the April 14th National Emergency Operations Center NEOC COVID-19 daily briefing. Dr. Laws stated that, however, due to changes to a woman's body and immune system, pregnant women can be prone to be affected by some respiratory tract infections. It is therefore important that you take precautions to protect yourselves against COVID-19 and report possible symptoms including fever, cough, or difficulty breathing to your healthcare provider, she said. The chief medical officer added that pregnant women who have symptoms of COVID-19 will be prioritized for testing. She said that pregnant women should take the same precautions to avoid contracting the COVID-19 virus as other persons. Such precautions include frequent hand washing with alcohol-based hand sanitizer or soap and water, maintaining a minimum of 6 feet physical distance between themselves and others, and avoiding overcrowded spaces, avoiding touching their eyes, nose, and mouth, and practicing respiratory hygiene. Dr. Laws stated that it is still unknown if the virus can be passed from mother to child during pregnancy or delivery. She added that the virus has not been found in amniotic fluid or breast milk. All pregnant women have the right to quality care before, during, and after childbirth, said Dr. Laws. The staff on the maternity ward in St. Kitts and Nevis have been sensitized to the guidelines regarding the delivery of care to pregnant females who are COVID-19 positive, she said. New mothers who are COVID-19 positive should note that close contact with the baby and early exclusive breastfeeding help the baby to thrive, said Dr. Laws. You should be supported to breastfeed safely with good respiratory hygiene, she said. You should be supported to hold your newborn close to you, skin to skin, and share a room with your baby. You should wash your hands before and after touching your baby and keep all surfaces clean. If you are too unwell to breastfeed, you should be supported to safely provide your baby with breast milk in any way possible. Still to come, tax payment deadlines extended until April 30th, says Comptroller of St. Kitts and Nevis Inland Revenue Department. The details right after this break.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Help us take care of me so I could take care of you.
This is a crucial time, no time for mistakes.
You stay at home for us.
Help us. Take care of me so we could take care of you.
Please wash your hands.
Be responsible and stay at home. You can save lives only when you comply. Play your part, save a life, stay at home.
We are exposed to everything for you.
Maintain social distancing.
I stay at work for you.
Help us to help you.
Please stay at home. We stayed at work for you. You stay at home for us.
Welcome back. Persons and businesses impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic in the Federation, resulting in them not being able to pay their taxes for March and April due to the lockdown, will receive an extension, said Comptroller of the St. Kitts and Nevis Inland Revenue Department, Edward Gift.
The Inland Revenue Department wishes to advise the public that pursuant to the provisions of the Tax Administration and Procedures Act, 1. All taxes and licenses due and payable during the months of March and April 2020, with the exception of corporate income tax, have been extended to 30th April 2020 without interest and penalties. 2. Corporate income tax that is due on April 15, 2020 has been extended to 15th July 2020.
Gift noted that the extension and waiver of interest and penalties are automatic. Therefore, customers do not need to file any additional form or contact the Inland Revenue Department to qualify. The Comptroller encouraged persons to utilize www.sknird.com and St. Kitts and Nevis Inland Revenue Department Facebook page for any questions or queries. Persons who have never used the e-services are urged to register as users to conduct business on the website. A member of the IRD customer service team will then contact newly registered users to validate their registration information. Anyone seeking assistance can contact the department from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. via telephone numbers 662-8607, 662-8675, or 662-8943.
The government of St. Kitts and Nevis would like to firstly thank all of its citizens and civic-minded businesses that, notwithstanding the pandemic the nation is facing, has used our website at www.sknird.com to pay their taxes on time. The government recognizes the health and well-being of its citizens as its top priority.
Comptroller of the St. Kitts and Nevis Inland Revenue Department, Edward Gift. Dr. Ismay Taylor, retired university professor and chairperson for the Keynes Family Foundation, presented a $10,000 check to chair of the COVID-19 National Task Force, Abdias Samuel, during the National Emergency Operations Center NEOC daily COVID-19 briefing. Dr. Taylor said, "I have come to give my support to the fight against this virus. My head tells me that your committee is stressed with the ever-changing fluid nature of this crisis. Things happen in real time, which means there are real-time occurrences and events for which there is no inclusion in your budget," said Dr. Taylor. Thus, as the chairperson of the Keynes Family Foundation, my heart tells me on our behalf, the foundation is pleased to present to your committee this initial check of $10,000. Dr. Taylor noted that the Keynes Family Foundation was organized to assist in several areas, including the improvement and enhancement of education initiatives, strengthen economic development, and promote healthy families in St. Kitts and Nevis. The goal of the foundation is to facilitate training and expert resources in the areas of management, leadership, and business development, health-related issues to educators, business entrepreneurship, and health and medical practitioners, said Dr. Taylor. The foundation has been accomplishing and continues to accomplish much of its goals, and it is no stranger to the Ministry of Education. In addition to the generous donation, Dr. Taylor reported that Her Excellency Dr. Thelma Philip Brown, Ambassador of the Embassy of St. Kitts and Nevis in Washington, D.C., reached out to the diaspora and was able to garner assistance for nationals and students in the United States. Over $8,000 were already sent to students who are displaced because of the virus. Dr. Taylor expressed thanks to all those who have assisted thus far and encouraged other persons to join in the spirit of giving. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.